What's up, you guys? Hope everyone's having a great day or night, whatever time it is for you. So, what I'm going to cover in this video is going to be geared for those of you that are training and keeping up with your fitness to improve whatever it is, gaining muscle, gaining strength, you're just looking to get more in shape, lose fat. I'm going to help you that are looking to work on those goals around your work schedules, all right? And specifically with how you appropriate or make time for the gym, with just making time for the gym, specifically with what times you work out, which typically people around their work schedules, they're working out at one of 3 points in the day, either first thing in the morning, during their lunch break from work, or in the evening after work, after their workday. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of give you tips to help use that are balancing your fitness around your work schedule, with specific actionable steps that you can be doing to be having the best kind of workouts during any of those 3 times. Okay, so guys, stay tuned. Please subscribe. Follow me on Instagram as well at Nick Venuto Fitness. Please like and comment, and thanks so much for watching. And if you're subscribed already, thank you very much. Okay, guys, let's get into it. So, for those of you that are working, especially if you're like in a 9 to 5 job, everyone's different now. There's so much more people working from home than ever, which is awesome. It's more flexible. But even for you that are working from home, any of yous, if you have a job where it's whatever full time means for you, if it's 30 plus hours a week, or maybe it's 40 plus or more, you're the biggest thing with getting in with balancing fitness is just the time in the day. Time is it's limited, right? We got 24 hours in a day, and we gotta sleep some of those hours. You got to make the most of the rest of them. So typically, what I see happens, and this is just because most people are working unless they're retired, but those of you that are working, it's 1 to 3 times you're going to work out during your day, and it really kind of revolves around the work schedule. It's either before work, after work, or during the lunch break from work. So it's like, before work, first thing in the morning. After work, it's going to be sometime, whatever it is, after 5, after 6, maybe late, even later, or during the lunch break, sometime around the noonish. All right. I'm going to have actionable steps for each of those, and that's just very typical what I see. It's possible that you have some kind of a schedule where you just have more flexibility. You're working full time, but you can still work out at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and your work schedule is flexible. But for most, you're falling in one of those 3 camps in terms of when you got to train just to get it in at all. Okay, so I'm going to give actionable steps for how to get the most from your workout with whatever time it is that you're working out, when it's falling under those 3 times. And then the rest of you is that are just kind of more flexible. You may have it easier to an extent. You have a little bit of better schedule flexibility, but there's going to be stuff in here for you as well that's going to be actionable for you. Okay, so let's go over first with when you're working out first thing in the morning. Your preparation always starts not just right before you go to the gym, but for anyone, but especially with when you're working out first thing in the morning, the preparation starts even more so the night before. Obviously, you want to get a good night's sleep, because if you're working out first thing in the morning, it's likely that you're working out sometime before 7 a.m., pretty early. That's why a lot of gyms, especially in areas that the fitness stuff is popular, they open at 5 a.m. Some gyms are open 24/7. There are people working out very early in the morning. I trained at 5 a.m. for years when I was in public accounting. I also was going to the gym at like 6 a.m. when I was in school still, which is now in excess of whatever, like 10 years ago, approaching now, whatever that is. Um, and so, the biggest thing is obviously getting a good night's sleep and stuff, being well prepared the night before to be getting into the gym and stuff. And I'm just checking if my microphone's good. Yep, it is. Cool. Um, you know, Prepare your gym bag the night before. Don't be just rushing at the last minute to get out the door to the gym. Have a gym bag with your stuff ready. Maybe even potentially having your clothes set on your bedstand or bureau or whatnot. In your room the night before. Everything is just very seamless and easy for you just take a few steps and things that you need to do in the morning to just get up, have some breakfast, and go to the gym. All right. Obviously, set an alarm and get up when it goes off. All right. Even if it's early, if that's the time you got to get it in. If you want to be working on your goals, that's the time you got to get it in. That's the mindset you have to have. In addition, with the meal that you eat the night before, look, I teach people to be eating foods they enjoy and stuff, but you also, if you're working out really early, especially really early in the morning before work, you don't want to wake up with your stomach messed up and stuff, especially if you're maybe not getting quite as much sleep as you'd ideally be wanting to get normally if you weren't getting up at that ungodly of an hour to go and train. But so listen, so you don't want to be having a real junky type, you never do, right? But you really don't, especially if you're waking up early to train the next morning. You don't want to be having junky meals and stuff the night before. That's maybe not a good not time to be having the meals that you have out, where it's like, I don't really advocate for full on cheat meals, but your so-called cheat meals, maybe that's not a good night to be having a cheat meal the night before you train. All right, save it for another night that you're not training the morning before super early. All right, you just eat, because specifically like highly fatty type meals is what you want to avoid. Just the typical junky type meals, because fat could just disrupt your sleep patterns, just upsetting your stomach. Obviously not overeating the night before as well, which again could upset your stomach, just set you off for your whole day being on the wrong on the wrong end of things. You get up on the wrong side of the bed, so to speak, right? So the nights before that you're going to be training the next morning super early, not the nights to be just derping off, going out and raising hell and having a junky meal and drinking and stuff. Don't be doing that. Have a more proper meal. Even if you have a meal out, do something more reasonable and closer to what you should be doing per your nutrition plan. Okay. Then in terms of just with having the workout, then first thing before work, you're probably going to be on a time constraint. You probably got, okay, I gotta get to the gym at this time. I gotta get in and out in this time frame, and then I gotta be off to my day. Look, you could structure it where you bring a gym bag, you have your work clothes and stuff, and you just take a shower there and get to work. That can save you some time instead of, obviously it's a lot more pleasant to shower at home and just for most people I would think, but this is an option if you're really short on time. I've done that as well when I was in the field, especially when I was having to go from the gym to clients. It made no, and I would train a couple towns over because it was a better gym for me to train at, because I like to train at serious gyms. For my schedule, I had to take a shower there, and I had to go just straight from work. But it's for schedule. That's how I got it in. This is something you can consider as well. Bring your shower stuff, your shampoo, soap, body wash, and just do it that way. And then, just the kind of ways I've talked before about with having short workouts, so just being mindful of keeping the rest periods where they need to be, being mindful of the clock when you're in the gym, going with a good plan that you just know you can get done in the kind of time frame you need, whether it be 45 minutes or whether it's an hour. And just minimize chit chat and stuff in the gym. Get in, get out. Be friendly with people, but get in, get out. Focus on the workout. And just have a good plan that works in the time frame that you have with whatever it is. If it's 30 minutes, if it's 45 minutes, if it's 50 minutes, if it's an hour, okay? And then just know how to make adjustments if you're just having behind one day. It's like, okay, I can skip this exercise this day, just this one time, or I can just do 3 sets instead of 4, or I just I just won't train this exercise as heavy today, and I'll have some kind of a technique where I can just go straight through, where maybe you do take shorter rest periods. You don't go up, and just, even if you have to stay a little lighter. These are the kind of strategies you can have if you're running behind one day to still get it done when you're working out in the morning and you just got to get to work on time right after the gym. Okay, guys, so I think that covers some actionable things for morning workouts. So I'm going to go over night workouts next, because I think morning and night are the most common times people are training around their work schedules. For night, the biggest thing is you have the advantage that you can get in more meals during the day over your day from 9 to 5. You can get more meals in before you get to the gym, help you have better energy levels than someone that's just having one meal in them before they go to the gym. Which brings us back to obviously have a good meal with mostly carbs and a good protein source when you're working out in the morning. It's only one meal that you're going to have if you're working out early in the morning. And you can have a little bit of fat with the meal, but you don't want to have a meal that's higher in fat, because that may not sit as well with your stomach before you train. Okay, so that's going back to the morning workouts. I missed that point there. I wanted to go over. Okay, so for night workouts, guys, you have the advantage. You can have more meals in you during the day before you work out. So take advantage of it. Also, make sure you're hydrated during the day. Okay, you have the advantage you have the advantage or the disadvantage if you don't keep up with your fluid intake, and and potentially of your drinking your sport drink like Powerade or Gatorade through the day, you're missing out on an advantage with training at night. So make sure you keep up with your nutrition plan with getting the meals in that you're supposed to get in. Don't have a junky meal as the last meal that you're going to have in the day before you work out. Just don't do that. Even if you just even if you just need to have a little snack before you go to the gym, like something like could be what could be it could be a Cliff Bar, could be a banana, could be granola wouldn't be terrible. Some other kind of a protein bar, um, just a little bit of bread or something could be something good just to have something in. If your day just isn't structured well at work where you can have like a good solid like balanced meal right before the gym, then just have some kind of a good snack you can have or something. Protein shake wouldn't be high on my priority level. I'm looking for you to get something in with carbs as early as you can before working out without being too close where you have enough time to be digesting it, obviously, which is going to vary for some of you. You could need an hour to digest. It could be more like 2 hours for you to have your snack or your meal before you work out. But protein shake would be better than nothing as well. But some of the other things I mentioned earlier, those would be better. Okay. The other thing with night workouts, again, with your schedule, most likely it might be better if the gym's on the way home. Just again, pack your gym bag and you just get changed in the locker rooms. That'll save you time in the day versus going home then going back out. Or maybe if the gym is like in the opposite direction from your home versus work, and you go home, get changed real quick, and go back out. If you're not motivated enough to go back out after getting home from work, then go straight to the gym wherever the gym is. This is feedback I've gotten from people. Once they get home, they're just going to plop on the couch and watch TV and derp off the rest of the day, and not do anything productive. Well, then just go straight to the gym. Have a gym bag. Go straight to the gym. Treat it as part of your workday of what you have to get done. Let me think, what else can I go through? And then with at night workouts, also be prepared with a good meal after your workout. Protein shake is great after the workout, but the getting in carbs with that, whether you have to make that a protein shake and some kind of a carb source, whether it be fruit or it could be bread, it could be, what else can it be? It could be anything really. But what would be optimal is, get your protein shake in, 30 minutes to an hour after the workout, if that's something that sits with your stomach well. And then at some point, 2 to 3 hours after the workout, hopefully, get a more proper meal in after the workout. Give yourself enough time to settle down from the workout. Everyone's a little different. Some people can just start eating right on the gym floor after they're done with their last set of their workouts. That's not me. Everyone's different. You may need an hour or two after the workout to settle in a bit and then have your meal. And the more vital, I don't want to say the word vital, the better thing of the two would obviously be getting a more balanced type meal. And again, the post-workout meal is emphasis with good protein source as well as carbs to replenish glycogen levels. All right. Let me think. And then look, if you're on a time constraint where you have to do things after you get done with your workout at night, again, same kind of tips for those with the morning workouts. Just have a good plan to get in and out in the time frame that you need and execute it. And be friendly to people, but minimize chit chat. Be in the gym to work out. Okay. Here's the last one I'm going to cover. We've covered good actionable steps for morning workouts, good actionable steps for evening workouts. Now we're going to cover with when you're doing workouts on the lunch break, which this is the one I least recommend because unless you have this could work for you. Maybe you have a gym in your work complex, or if you work from home, it's in your apartment complex, or you just have a gym you can walk to or get to very quickly around your work day where you work from home. So this can work for some people. But with this, it just, it could be good. Some people like this. If this helps you break up your day where you like to have a break like this from work, even if you're just working out for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever the time frame, it helps break up the day. If this is something that's helpful for you, that helps you to get your workouts in, go for it by any means. But for some, it's a pain because then if you're going to have to take a shower after you work out, if you're going back to an office. Some people don't do this, but I think it's a good hygiene practice just to be getting in a shower anytime after you work out and work out a bit of a sweat, even if you're not just dripping wet like you came from a rain shower, right? So, but some of you, this just works for you where if you don't take a shower, which I recommend after the gym, you just obviously you change your clothes. You can bring a bath towel and just wipe yourself off a bit. Bring whatever deodorant. People call that shower in a can with, I don't know, whatever those body sprays are. I'm more into deodorant than those, but everyone's different. Yeah, you can do that as well. And again, just have a good plan where you can get the workout in and out in the time frames that you need. If you're in the workday, presumably during lunch, so if you're someone that's just constantly married to your phone, glued to your phone screen, Maybe it's you want to put your phone in your gym bag or turn it on silent and just unless you have quick time between sets to be handling things very quickly, like if a coworker has a question or just, but I would just better off just don't deal with that kind of stuff at all during the workout. Everyone's different. Most gurus with time management have the idea, do this thing now, this thing at another time. But I do see people like, and I'm one of them, where you can make things work better with kind of just jumping between things very quickly. I don't use the word multitasking because I don't think anyone multitasks well. I think the good multitaskers are people that are just suck at everything, and all the tasks that they can do are things that just aren't of very good importance. That's just my personal bias. But um, gauge yourself if you're going to be able to do that or not with balancing little things here and there while in the gym. But I think for most of you, you're going to be better suited to just not be on the phone at all for business stuff. And if you have to put your phone in your gym bag or you keep it in your pocket on silent, and just don't be messing around with it. Go in there with a plan, with direction that you're going to get your workout done in the time frame that you need. Be friendly with people, but don't be chit-chatting, and get in and out. And that's going to be the game plan for those of you working out the lunch hour. And obviously, the same kind of things with the meal plan applies. You have an advantage over someone that's working out. There is an advantage with working out at the lunch hour. It's going to be, you have more time to get some meals in you versus someone working out first thing in the day. You can have your breakfast. You can either have some kind of a good solid snack to hold you through the workout before you have like a more proper lunch when you get done, or you can have your breakfast and a snack in your lunch, or breakfast in your lunch. So take advantage of that. Have a good meal. If you can get your lunch in before your workout, give yourself enough time to digest it, whether that be an hour or whatever it is, and good meal with good carb sources as well as a good protein source in that meal. Don't have a meal with too much fat. That if you're working out at lunch, that's not a good time to be going out and having lunch out and having a junky type meal. It's not going to sit as well with you, okay? It could disrupt your stomach for the workout, so don't do that, all right? And so you can take advantage of that. The advantage you have over someone working out at night when you're working out at the lunch hour is obviously you're not going to be as worn out from the day because it's earlier in the day. People are tired working out at night, and we just have to push ourselves to be doing it. As again, I spent a lot of time training at night as well around my work, around when I was in the corporate field. And now I'm more first thing in the morning is when I train. But I've worked out at night too, and the disadvantage of it is after you've worked a long day, probably a mentally demanding day for those of you as well who are sharp and who really care about your work and about the clients that you serve, the clients of your firm or wherever it is you serve. It is mentally taxing to be then training after a long, mentally demanding day. All right, so that's an advantage with training at the lunch hour is you're not going to be as worn out from the day. A lot of athletes like training around the middle of the day as well for the purpose that they're pretty fresh during that time. They can get multiple meals in them before they train. And they're not, it's not like first thing in the morning where you're still kind of getting into the day, and it's not late in the day where you're kind of already worn out from it, okay? A factor with lunch workouts is if it's the kind of thing where you do have that kind of office environment where you can get out consistently and get it done in the time frame you want, you're not going to be interfered with. You're not going to be having things flying around you, or your bosses trying to assign something to you at the last minute. That's something to factor in to make sure that you can get lunch workouts in properly. Everyone's different. Some people every office environment's different if you're in an office environment, or if you work from home and you're still like put under an office environment where they just are, it's the kind of thing, they just send you something that's due in an hour. Everyone has different environments and stuff, and sometimes it's just the nature of the work. So these are things to think about are lunch workouts going to be feasible for me? Okay, and going back to that with night workouts, this could factor in with people with night workouts too. If you can handle tasks that are easier for you to put down at the end of the day, or let's figure out tasks where, when you need to go to the gym for whatever, 5:30 or 6, and you need to leave at 5 for the gym, whatever the time frames is, picking tasks that you can either put down easily or you can get done in the time frames that you can do. So you're not staying late in the office and like, oh, well, now I can't get to the gym. I'm already late in the office. Guys, just prioritize your time with your tasks at work as well to be getting this stuff done properly as much as possible. And, hopefully you guys are in work environments where it's not the kind of environment where, okay, 4:55, you're supposed to be leaving at 5 or 5:30. You get an assignment that's due in an hour. It's going to take you an hour or more, right? these are things that, guys, you just have to push yourself around them, and you need to factor this in when you're figuring out what time of the day do I work out. This is probably a reason why some people work out first thing in the morning. They're not. Most places are like, once you're in the door, then they try to keep the door shut on you. Whereas, if you're working out first thing in the morning, you can schedule it. It's going to get done. And some people just they're just problems with just their boss's management style, or just the firm culture, or the workspace culture, wherever it is they're working, whether it be home or especially in the office, where things can interfere when they're trying to get their workouts done at night after work, maybe even especially during the lunch hour. But both of those, every place is different. Every place is different. Some of you professionals may not even get like an assigned time for lunch necessarily. You kind of have to just, every place is different, guys. So these are things to be factoring in when figuring out when to be working out during the day. And again, the common thread is have a plan, basically have a plan, set up a plan that's going to be sustainable and feasible, and what you judge is best for you. And there isn't just one plan that's the best in every way. There's always pros and cons. So you have to figure what it is you're going to be able to follow, what's going to be best, what you're going to enjoy the best, and you just got to then just have a level of adaptability to make adjustments, but then a level of discipline too, that you're going to follow it. And you're going to get up when your alarm goes off at 4 or 5 a.m., whatever time, so you can get up and train. Or you're going to be disciplined enough to just, when your boss tries to just kind of pressure you into staying late, but they don't really have any right to be doing that, you're going to just be like, this is what I'm planning to do now, put on my desk for tomorrow morning. And you get up, you go to the gym, or if it's something that truly that's just part of the job, you have to be there to do it, then you're going to get it done, and you're going to still get your workout in at night, right? That's the discipline level. And everyone's got to figure their own way with their balance levels, and with how much they value their goals, what the time frames are, how far along they are, and just how it's going to all come together with either making adjustments or staying disciplined to the plan and getting it done. Okay? So hopefully, guys, this gives you some actionable steps for each of these times. And if you need help with implementing with creating a good plan, which I would do, and executing it and staying on track, making the adjustments for staying disciplined, this is exactly what I've helped people do. You can check out the testimonials on my Instagram page, and the transformations that we've done. All these people, they're not married to the gym. They're all balancing their training around their fitness, and you can as well. If you want my help, I got my Calendly down below where you can book in a call, and we can talk about the challenges you're having with your work and your business schedule, and we can see if it'd be a good fit to work together. If you're ready to invest in yourself financially, and you're ready to be getting on a plan that's going to work and that you want to follow. Okay. Anyways, guys, if you stay to the end, thanks so much. These always take a lot longer than I expect. I try to share as much actionable steps as I can. You can always DM me on Instagram at Nick Venuto Fitness to, if you ever have questions and stuff, I can try to help even point you in the right direction a bit. I do a ton of content on there as well. And hopefully this helps give you guys actionable steps about how to be making the judgment, what time of the day to be working out around your work schedule, and just some kind of good pointers to help you to balance getting in your workouts around your work schedule. Please like and comment for the algorithm. Please subscribe on here as well. And again, Calendly links below if you want to figure a time to get on a call with me and see if we're a good fit to work together. And guys, please subscribe and stay tuned. Thanks so much.